All right. I guess I didn't even check if I'm on the right mic, but we'll hope that I am. All right, so here's our answers for 522. Anybody can go back to the video and check it out if you want. Here is something new for quarter two, and don't you dare act like you're upset with me, because the question is, do you have to know that you're competing in order to do your best?
Yes.
And I sure hope the answer is no. And if the answer is yes, here's me telling you, you're competing. Luckily for you, 3B took home the trophy for this week because our competition is Block 1 versus Block 3. So Block 1 is one giant team of people doing Math 7. And actually soon we might shuffle the classes together and you'll end up in classes with different kids, rearrange the letter groups. I don't know if we're going to do it with this block or not, because we already did it with this block a little bit. But so Block 3, so 3B blew you guys out of the water. Let's just be honest. You guys are missing 26%. So now, careful what's up with that. What are you doing to help your teammates? So, 3B won, but what that really means is Block 3 has taken home one victory. So at the end of this week, this will pull off, it will go up here, and we will keep track of how many victories each block has. And for victories, have the highest homework percentage. So, when you're on a team, sometimes your teammates carry you, and that's what happened here. 3B kind of carried you guys this week and said, all right, we got this, but that can't keep happening. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with 3B. So if 3B is the only contributor to, Block 3 winning, the reward at the end of the quarter probably won't be the same for 3A versus 3B. But if you guys step it up and you help, and you at least if your percentages are not this, crappy, I'll just be straight up here, then we'll all get a reward. So if you missed me saying that, at the end of the quarter, the block that wins will get some kind of reward. I'm still figuring out what. And no, it won't be don't take silver nickels or whatever. It won't be some lame trick. There's probably food, right? I'm a pretty food motivated type person. So probably food. Ice cream, pizza, something. I don't know. Don't come ask me. I don't know what it's going to be. So, step it up, right? But if you're going to complain about your team missing, or your class missing 26% of the work, ask yourself, what are you doing to help your teammates? Are you doing homework with other people to make sure that other people are getting it done? Are you reminding your teammate at your desk, hey, that should be turned in? Are you actually doing things when they're assigned, or are you waiting till they're in MAP? Which, by the way, MAP has been updated. So, on your homework goal sheet, before we move on, you should have, I've lost my one for you guys. I found my one for you guys. No worries. You should have 511, 512, 521, 2223, and 24, but we only have grades for up to 22. All right, because today you checked 22, so you should have all 4 of these first assignments. These should be filled in, filled in, filled in, filled in, and you should have a percentage out here. Isaac. Well, yeah, and you need to give yourself an extension, right? So you don't have to fill this in yet because you had been absent a little bit. Oh, that one is written on for Math 7. Now, did you have the other one? Because we flipped it to the back.
Oh.
So you had your first one, we just flipped it to the back.
Okay. Yay!
All right, so you already got your introduction to systems of linear equations, and yesterday we called it the... So can anyone remind Liam, since he wasn't here, of what the Chubby Bunny Kitty method was? And I can go back.
Just ghosted.
I can go back to what? Oh, you
I
weren't
wasn't
here.
here.
Well, did you come talk to me about, hey, what did I miss?
No, not yet.
Oh, so that's why Liam is at the front of my mind, because he came to me and he was like, what did I miss? I need to know what I missed. That's why he's at the front of my mind. Now, you can also email, too. But if I go back to yesterday, who can tell Liam what he missed with the Chubby Bunny Kitty? I forgot to change the picture. You guys, I had the wrong picture in there. Chubby Bunny Kitty method. Who can talk us through this? Sam, you want to talk us through this?
Sure. So basically, it's where you have to make both sides this equation
Now, we did actually forget to finish this because this T is representing what here?
How many years?
Time, like years, right? What we're asked is, and how much, well, so when, but also what we want to know is like, and how much do they weigh? So we don't want to just figure out the X, right? We also want to figure out the Y, which we talked about yesterday. Y is pretty much always what we use as the output variable. So if I plug in 7, what's 3 times 7? Plus 5. So, is that the same as the right side when I plug in 7? Yes. So that is the Chubby Money Kitty method, right? Also technically known as the equal values method.
No, Chubby Bunny Kitty.
I mean, yeah, Chubby Money Kitty tends to stick in your brain more. So, Sarah has agreed to help with her younger sister's science fair experiment. Here's all that you really need to know. I will highlight in a moment. You should write down what you need. This isn't even about poop. Wait, these are plants. These, just like the trees, these are plants. All right. Is this on your 524 paper or is this graph paper? What is it on 524? I don't know. Check it. Is this on 524? No. It's a graph paper.
Sorry, I was reading 523.
Yeah, okay, I see it's still kind of. Now we're in the class.
Yes.
So flip to the front and just see if it's on.
Oh, wait, yeah. Is it on side?
Nope, it's all practice. Yeah, guys, I wanted a lot of space on your homework paper for you to show your work. So that's why there's no class stuff on your homework paper. So your homework paper can honestly be away. This stuff is going in our graph paper. I'll go ahead and highlight to make your life easier because I know there's a lot of words up here. Plant A. Plant B. This is a pretty common science fair experiment, right? Of different fertilizers versus no fertilizers versus like if you watch Mythbusters, they did one about music and plants, or if you talk nicely to plants or talk meanly to plants. And actually, I think the plants that they like verbally abused did better. It was kind of interesting. Yeah, go back and watch old Mythbusters if you want. Bryson, hold up, Bryson.
Is it okay? So we're using Chubby Bunny Kitty method, right?
Yes, except this Chubby Bunny Kitty method is plant A, plant B method.
Alright, because I was going to graph it out, so I just want to make sure.
So, do me a favor and humor me. Don't graph this, because that is more difficult.
Yeah, I was just checking what method it was.
I'm trying to make your life easier. So, plant A, well, I should probably use random cards. Take like 30 seconds. Make sure you got at least an equation written down. Sorry, I brought my drill to like work on these tables, but I need some help from somebody. So if you're interested in helping me at like extensions or math lunch or whenever, come see me. What it's essentially going to be is flip a table down, take the screws out, wrap the screws in some like Teflon tape, if you know what that is, and put the screws back in. I had a purpose for coming over here.
Random cards.
That. And then I got distracted because I kept doing the bulletin board things out there.
Should I write down the rules?
I mean, if your card comes up.
Okay. Oh, that's where you're shuffling the cards for. I thought you were like doing
Here,
it.
Rin. What would I write down for plant A?
Oh, okay. Because 2/3 is our multiplier, we're gonna put that as the x. Or if you want to put something different.
Coefficients
Or
to X.
yeah, that's definitely what I said. 2/3 x, and then plus 4 for our starting thingamabobby.
And then B would Bradley. Well, that's funny. You guys are right beside each other, Bradley. What would B be?
Oh, half an x plus 9.
Half an X. I like how you said that. Half an X plus 9. And really, what we want to do here with the equal values method is say, well, I don't really care that you're B. I don't really care that you're A. I just want to know when will you two be equal to each other. Sweet. There we go. Isaac, thoughts on what to do here now subtract 4 from both sides. I agree. Yeah, what you get 5 then.
And then you multiply by 6
Why are we multiplying by 6?
to get rid of partial numbers.
Fraction busters. If you find yourself trying to use decimals, it'll be wrong. You have 0 chance of getting this right if you use decimals. Because what is 2/3 as a decimal? Nick?
It's 0.6 repeating.
Forever, which your calculator can't do.
Like you can't just find a value to like multiply it by.
Yeah, so remember, we want to multiply by 3 and multiply by 2 at the same time. So to do that, we multiply by 6.
If you want to multiply by a value, it has to be infinitely long as well.
Yeah, right, and that would be all goofy. So this becomes 12/3 x, 6/2 x. Do we multiply the 5 also?
Yes.
So 30, everything gets multiplied by 6, right?
Everything? Including the equal sign?
Well, 6.
I'm gonna write
equals
that
sign.
just because you said that. I'm gonna do that.
You say
Hey, Mason, it would only be 6. But, like... Alright, so then, when we reduce, everything comes out to be whole numbers, right? 4x, or at least integers. 3x, and 30. And now, Liam, what could we do now to both sides? Totally okay if you want to pass. You weren't here yesterday, but you're welcome to tell us what to do, because I think you probably know. No, not yet. We're not ready to divide yet. You're good. You weren't here yesterday. You missed a day of practice. Colin, get your x's put together by taking away the 3x. I think you just forgot about this side. Right? You're good like that, and you missed yesterday's practice. And x, this is not a video game.
Yes, it is.
So 1x,
Why 1x?
because we got to 1. You could just put x, but some people like then forget, oh yeah, that's 1x, so that's why I'm extra, and I keep reminding you, if we just write x, it's 1x. It makes all of the sense. If I say soap, I'm talking about 1 soap, right? I'm not talking about 5 soaps or 4 soaps or 3 soaps. You're right. But if I say 1 soap, does that still make sense that you're only 1?
Unnecessary.
We're gonna move on. Now wait, what was x? Hey. Hey, friends. We have Desmos. Then just subtract the soap away from the soap. We have Desmos to get to if we get to it. Hey, the last step here that is easy to forget about. This was 30 days, right? Because what we were solving is in how many days. So now what you want to do to check is plug in your x equals 30 to each of these and make sure they come out the same. So what's half times 30?
15.
15 plus 9? Yeah? No? 15? 20.
4.
I said it.
Yeah, 24.
I said it.
2/3 of 30.
What?
2/3 of 20 plus 4. Oh, it's the same. Like it should be.
But which will be the tallest in 6 weeks?
No, this is when they're equal
Yeah.
is at 9. Right? Which plant will be the tallest in 6 weeks? How could we figure that part out? Plug in 6. So half of 6, 3. Plus 9, 12. 2/3 of 6.
4.
2/3 of 6 would be 4. Plus 4. 8. Oh, this one's going to be taller.
Mr. Owen,
Yeah, so
I did it a completely different way, but I got the same answer. So.
Different ways to go.
you know, those of you wondering where did the 6 come from? They then ask us a second question of at 6 weeks, which one is taller? which if we plug in 6 for x, no wait. Nobody's gonna stop me? Oh, I know what you did.
This is days.
X
X is days.
is days.
I was gonna say that, but I'm like, I shouldn't.
Me and
put-
Mr. Hudson.
You put your hand, that's not
Yeah,
interrupting.
after you asked.
What am I supposed to do? It's not 6 that I should be plugged.
Multiply by 7. Because
42.
Okay,
42 days.
so we should be substituting. This is what I'm still trying to get you guys to use. Substitute 42, right? 7 times 6. Yeah, 42, not 6. So wait a minute. Okay, if we plugged in 6, this one was taller. But if we plug in 42, which one do you think is going to be taller? The half 42 or the 2/3 of 42? Yeah, this one. And you can do the math to justify your answer. Watch out for them labels. They're a trap door. All right, try this out. I'll write it a little bigger because I know my visually impaired people. Look, I'm visually impaired. 2/5 x minus 5. And so we have 2 different equations.
Wait, what?
One of them is not in y equals form, so we should probably do that first.
Yeah, that's not okay.
This is not okay. This is never gonna be okay.
You don't know. We should probably try some of this out then to see if we're doing okay.
Wait. Wait, are we solving for x over y on this one?
See if you enjoy
I
it.
don't know.
Mr. Hudson, on the non-y equals, are we solving for x or y? Are we solving for x or y on here?
We are trying to set up equal values method. So what we've been doing, because honestly the question is, could you solve for x or could you solve for y? I think we probably could solve for either. But what we've been doing is y equals another y equals, and then get rid of the y's, only look at the parts of the equation with the x's. So I think we should probably do y equals, but then solve for x. So if we want to get this to y equals my green equation that I wrote up here, what would I need to do? We're just going to get this to y equals, and I'm going to give you more time. Violet, what would I need to do? To the green, because this one's already in y equals. That one's fine. I need to fix this one. I've got y on the left side, right? So if we subtract 3x, and then we'll get 2y equal to negative 3x plus 9. Now what do I do, Noah? If I have 2y, what do I do? Yeah, because we want to get to 1y. Quit acting like you don't know what to do.
Well, it's not what I did.
Well, I'll see if you got to the same spot. Y equals negative 3 halves x. I mean, okay, negative 1.5, you decimal lovers.
I don't like
And then, okay, fine, I'll use 4.5 here.
Yeah!
Rejoice!
Alright, so wait, you want me to write y equals negative 1.5x.
Yeah.
But then if I do that, what should I really write over here? Y equals, what's 2/5 as a decimal?
0.4.
Yeah, because it's 4/10. So this would actually be y equals 0.4x minus 5. And now we can set these equal to each other. So now that you've got both of them, Sam, you with me? Now that you've got both of them in y equals, we can set this expression that is equal to y equal to this expression that is equal to y, because they're both equal to y. What we're saying is if they both equal y, they gotta equal each other at some point. Probably. Not always. Zach, can you remind me of when we won't necessarily equal each other? You came and asked me about this earlier, is why I think it's on your brain.
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Do you remember what word we talked about earlier? It means like the lines won't actually. What is it? Parallel lines. If these situations were actually parallel, then they won't ever meet.
There was one on the homework.
There was one.
All I can think of when I think of parallel is ST math.
Oh, no.
Get that penguin out of here.
Oh,
The animation
Hey, keep going. You want to make sure that you can do this because we are we'll be taking your mastery by next week. Probably not this week. I probably won't try to make that much happen, but this will be on your mastery. I don't know what color to use.
Brown.
Yeah, you can't see that.
Lighter brown.
Light blue. I don't know
The
why
blue that is
everyone
not
else
so
brown,
heavy.
but- Wow, Mr. Hudson, why do you want light brown? Wait, Mr.
You
Hudson,
weren't
have you
here.
ever heard of your class
Poopy.
I have not.
She has a dad joke to tell you that she told in ELA.
Nice.
Oh no.
Reminds
What
her how she might
did-
forget.
What did the ghost teacher do when the class did not understand the lesson?
Kill them.
Possess them.
Give them to Satan.
They
Each other's souls.
y'all are creepy. They said, all right, class, look at the board. I'll go through it again.
I hate you.
Wait, Mr. Hudson.
If you're sitting here not getting it, go through the board like you're a ghost.
Mr. Hudson, what's a skeleton's favorite food?
Oh, I know what I have to do.
Nothing, it'll just fall around.
Spirits.
I was about to say bone in wings. I don't know. Bryson, what is the best first step here?
I would say subtract 0.4x.
That is a correct first step, but in my opinion, not the best. Lucy?
Oh, multiply everything by 5. But 5?
5.
5?
I mean, I think it would work.
Why not?
No, I think it would work, but what number is kind of jumping out at you to multiply by?
5.
Anybody?
10.
So,
But
if-
5 is smaller.
Yeah, so if
Decimal, you
Hey.
multiply by 10.
If we were working with the fractions, my brain might be thinking the same thing as Lucy and saying by 5. But remember,
The fractions are better.
when we have a bunch of decimals and they all just have one decimal place, multiplying. Hey guys, especially if you haven't practiced this, you should probably write this out. Multiplying by 10 bumps every decimal to the right. Now this 5 is going to turn into 50. But this is also fraction busters. Now, do I have to do this? No. Now, Bryson, what I was actually pushing you to do is get rid of the negative x. So you could have subtracted 0.4x, that's totally fine. But later, when we work with inequalities, negative variables are a pain in the butt. They flip the inequality symbol, they mess everything up. So but Lucy's starting by just making everything whole number or integers. Still, I'm going to push the next step to be get rid of the negative.
Then you put
So
down 10 equal signs.
4x minus 50 equals 15x, but that's negative, plus 45. So now, if I go to get rid of any negative variables we might have, what do?
Personally, I'd first add the 15x.
Yeah. So I add 15x because this is negative. We add. Now, could I have just added 1.5x? Sure. I don't have to do fraction
I did it a
busters.
completely different way.
Totally fine. Did you get to Florida? I hope so. We'll find out in a second.
Florida. My way was so complicated. You went to Antarctica before, and I had a ton of extra random steps.
Don't worry, apparently you're supposed to have 10,000 steps each day. Extra steps aren't bad. Annabelle, what now? Yeah, add 50 to both sides. Whoa, but could we do them separately?
You said just.
I mean, like,
You're
you
just.
could.
You also said it too.
You also.
No, that's equals.
I said
Sam, what do we do to finish this out?
divide by 19.
Divide by 19.
And I got it right. Let's go. All my extra steps.
What is X?
X equals 5.
X is 5. I don't know why that didn't change colors. I think that's all the time I got.
No, you got 5 minutes.
No, see, I don't know why I keep thinking this class ends at 50. Well, I do know why. The old schedule, this class was 55.
Did this schedule change?
This year, yes. My brain has been doing the same schedule for like 8 years. It's taking time for my brain to change.
I forgot
Um,
the schedule changed
3 o'clock.
on Monday.
Yeah, 3:02.
3:02. Oh.
Will creative start?
Hey guys, for a moment, just let me think for a second. I'm trying to decide which problem we do next. 54 or... I'm trying to decide which will be most beneficial.
The second one. First one and
No, because, and this is what I was thinking about. Hey, so 54, we're gonna skip. Hey. Can we act like we kind of halfway give a crap? If not, like, just go to the office, call your parents, go home. 54, if we took the time to do it, which we're not going to because we don't have time, is pushing us back to one of those situations like on our homework where if we end up with parallel lines, which if we manipulate these equations, the coefficient to the x still ends up the same. The constants don't actually matter. Case 1, these would end up being parallel lines. They'll never touch. Never ever, no matter what you do, there's no solution. Right? That's one of those equations like we saw that has the circle with the slash through it, the no solution symbol. That's what that would come out to be. Case 2, they would cross. No, they wouldn't. They would end up parallel also. But what I want to look at is more similar to what we did on the last mastery. So in the beginning of 1990, oil prices were 20 bucks a barrel. I bet that's important. We should probably write that down. Some investors predicted an increase of $225 per year. In 2005, the price was 30. Wow, now they predicted an increase of like $5 a barrel each year.
Who actually buys barrels of oil?
No.
The gas companies. That's how you make gas. You buy oil, crude oil by the barrel, and you process it into gasoline.
I thought they were like for commercial. I thought that's what they were talking about.
Like, so oil is sold by the barrel, and the barrel is like a steel drum, right? That is a barrel of oil. So wait a minute. We have a bunch of predictions here. So, in the spring of 11, oil was selling for So here's where I'm stuck in my brain. I'm debating how much to like tell you guys or not. Let's use the 2005 data because honestly, 1990 is before you guys were alive. Way before you guys were alive, almost before I was alive. So let's just kind of ignore the 1990. So if we take the 2005 equation, the price of oil, let's go ahead and say like P equals, right, for price equals, because like O for oil, or I guess we could have said like B for barrel, but like O, we want to avoid it, right? Don't use O, it's a bad variable, it looks like 0. So the price is 30, increasing at 5 each year. How would we write that out? Anybody?
I
And it doesn't matter which order you put it in, as we got both said. You can either do 5x plus 30 or 30 plus 5x. So now they want us to use this to predict when oil will cost $112 a barrel. So what would the 112 be in our equation? The P. So this is flipping the situations that we've done around. Instead of us knowing X, what about when we know the Y, right, the output? So now we would say 112 is equal to 5x plus 30. And solve that. So figure out what X is, guys. How many years? X will tell you how many years after 05. I'm going to look up the current price of a barrel of oil.
And buy one.
Ha, no. That is not like a thing you just buy on Amazon.
Delicious.
The price of a lighter right afterwards.
Dude, it's my favorite beverage. Oil.
Oil does not burn. Common misconception. Because oil is before it's processed into gasoline. Like if you take like oil, like motor oil,
Oilprice.com.
apparently. So what? Like
Stock charts.
Look, there's stock charts for everything. If you want to search up the stock price of the lighter,
88.45 as of November 1st.
Around
Right.
$88.
Right around $88 for most companies.
I'm not surprised.
So, hold up. According to what we just solved, guys, I think we all are going to do the same steps in the same order. What would you do first? Oh, come on. I think we all know. What would you do first? Thank
subtract
you.
30! Subtract 30! Down with
What do we
30!
get?
Subtract 30!
What?
Now 82!
What do we do now?
82!
What did you get?
60.4!
What?
X!
What year would that be? So you said you got 16 point something?
4.
16.4. So, wait, when did we start?
2005, which means it's
05.
2021!
So 2020. So guys, they predicted in 21 that the price of oil would be $112. Do you think the price of oil has been above where it is today? Yeah, gas was above $4 at one point. And the price of oil directly impacts the price of gas. So like, this is what people, like, this is real world stuff. If you're investing, like my father-in-law bought a bunch of wood futures, like literally lumber, years ago, back before COVID hit. Anybody's parents complained about the price of wood during COVID? A 2x4 tripled. Literally, a 2x4 went from about $2.50 to $7 a piece. He made a bunch of money. Because people make these predictions. Like, you watch data, you track it, you use it to predict things, then you use it to make money.
Money.
So, that's all the time we got. Sam, real quick, but you can start packing up.
Money.
Yeah, that's all up to your parents, man. For what it's worth, up your game, up your homework game, guys. For what it's worth. What are you doing to help your teammates?